Hey, what are you looking for when you look for a vocal coach in Los Angeles? Hey, John Davies here, trying to shed a little light on a tricky subject. You're probably thinking that a vocal coach is a singing teacher, right? Well, it isn't quite that simple. The term has a very specific meaning in classical singing, so you need to be a bit careful what you're searching for on Google. Let's say I'm looking for a vocal coach in Los Angeles. The fact is that I am not looking for a singing teacher. Let me explain. Let's say that I have to perform an operatic role or a large role in something like Handel's Messiah or the Verdi Requiem. I've performed these often and recorded them, but I still need a vocal coach. And the vocal coach is usually the rehearsal pianist in a major opera company or a symphony society. Here's what happens. I get the role, and the conductor has already decided how he wants the work to sound. That's what conductors do. They don't just keep time. They play a symphony orchestra and they interpret music of the symphony in the same way as a guitarist interprets a song. So, like when you play a song on a guitar, you put your own spin on it, or you have a specific way you want it to sound. Well, that's what opera and symphony conductors do. They decide how they want their performances of the Verdi Requiem to sound. Then they have multiple sessions with the company rehearsal pianist so that the pianist can play the work exactly how the conductor wants it. And then the pianist gets busy coaching the soloists so they can perform their part exactly how the conductor wants to hear it. And that process is called vocal coaching. Even though I've done multiple seasons of the Requiem and have recorded it with a fabulous cast of world-renowned singers, the company still requires me to put in many hours with the vocal coach. And that number, by the way, will often be greater than 80 hours. Yeah, believe it. We don't just walk out and say, it'll be all right on the night. Trust me, if you don't prepare for very long hours, it definitely will not be all right on the night. So when you're looking for a vocal coach in Los Angeles, you're probably not looking for what I just described. It's more likely that you're looking for someone to train your voice so you can sing really well. How do you go about that? You might think that looking at a site like the National Association of Teachers of Singing might be a good place to start. A national association normally seems to have a certain credibility because it's called national. Well, anywhere else, that's quite likely, because if you're a national thing, it means that you've been approved by the government and you're somehow official. Like I said, that's anywhere else. What about America? Unfortunately, that's not the case. There's no law stopping people from setting up a national association. And in America, a national association basically creates a membership network which reaches beyond cities, counties, and states. It's a nationwide thing, and members pay to belong, provided they meet certain requirements. For example, a level of professional training. Yes, there are specific requirements for the Singing Teachers Association, but the tragedy is that you don't have to provide supporting documents to back up your claim of training, and that really sucks. It's an honor system, and people seeking membership check a box that says something about making a false claim. I can't remember what that is. So if you go to the National Association, what are you going to get? Not much, if you ask me. I myself was a member for quite some years, but my paid membership did nothing to help you. Seriously, years ago when I received my first copy of the book from them that lists all the singing teachers, the first thing I noticed was that they didn't list our qualifications. So I called them and asked why not, given that people looking for singing teachers or maybe a vocal coach in Los Angeles would want to know something about someone's qualifications right up front. The answer I got was astounding. the guy said that if they listed everyone's qualifications, it'd be prejudicial against people whose qualifications weren't very good, or even worse, against people who didn't have qualifications at all. Fail right there, guys. If you don't have qualifications, guess what? You shouldn't be there. Okay. There is an alternative to the Singing Teachers Association, and it's pretty good. It's the Music Teachers National Association. So you might try finding a vocal coach or a singing teacher there. The reason I'm mentioning them is because they've been around since 1876. Yep, that's right, 1876. And an association that's that old is probably going to be pretty good. They have a very uncomplicated search engine too. So if you're looking for a vocal coach in Los Angeles, just fill in your zip code and select voice and how far you're willing to travel, and up will come your choices. The main things to check on are the qualifications that your prospective teacher has and their professional career. If you see a name that you think looks like a good fit for you, just reach out and ask them about their qualifications and their concerts and recordings. And it's not a bad idea to find somebody who will actually give you an introductory lesson or an initial consultation for free. That's usually a good sign that you're headed in the right direction. Anyway, y'all, I hope this sheds a little light on the subject. Bye now.
You can contact John Davies on the web at singinglessonslosangeles.la.